Morning everybody. So here are chapters. I'm going to do chapters 3, 4 and 5 today because chapter 5 is quite short and it's quite funny. So I'm going to do that today. So I spoke to some of you yesterday on the phone, which was lovely, and you said you liked being able to watch this. So I'm really pleased about that because that's all I wanted. I just wanted to be able to check in with you. Charlotte is meowing, so sorry about that little addition. Okay, so chapter 3, the real chapter on why Uncle Gobb said, "That doesn't look like homework to me." Uncle Gobb was very keen on homework. He liked talking to people about homework. His sister was called Tess, and Tess was Malcolm's mum. This is what happened next. "Tess," Uncle Gobb said, "the boy needs to do more homework." "Tess," he said, "the dog needs to do more homework." "Tess," he said, "the table needs to do more homework." Yes, as far as Uncle Gobb was concerned, everyone and everything needed to do more homework. But he's shouting at everybody to do more homework. "Tess," he said, "if they don't do more homework, we'll fall behind and we'll all be ruined." When he said that, the dog got up, walked slowly over to Uncle Gobb and bit his leg. Ow! Look at the dog's teeth. I love the dog's teeth. I can tell you, that was the last time Uncle Gobb ever said that the dog needed to do more homework. I can also tell you that the table didn't get up and bite Uncle Gobb's leg. It had legs of its own to worry about, 4 of them actually. That was a non-fiction fact. For you to make up for the fact that I haven't told you why tomatoes are red. I figured that you were rather sad and angry that I didn't tell you about the tomatoes, and now you're feeling a bit happier that I've told you the thing about tables. Hope so. When Uncle Gobb said, "The boy needs to do more homework," the boy he was talking about was, of course, Malcolm. So Malcolm said to Uncle Gobb, "Well, you don't do any homework, Uncle Gobb, so why should I have to?" At that, Uncle Gobb pulled himself up to his full height, which is probably taller than me, because obviously I'm very short, and said, "Ah, my boy, but how do you think I got so far in life? If it wasn't for the fact I did my homework." This is what is known as the killer answer. This is not an answer that kills. That would be terrible. Imagine being asked a question like, "What's the time?" and you say 3:30, and the moment you said it, the person you asked the time dropped down dead. That would be awful. It shouldn't even be thought about, so stop thinking about it. Thank you. No, the killer answer is the answer that leaves the person you asked the question with nothing else to say. Not even an "oh," or an "oh, I like wearing vests," or a rude word. You'll notice there that I didn't write the rude word. I just wrote rude word, which you're allowed to do in books like this when you can't write the rude word itself. So Uncle Gobb delivered the killer answer. How do you think I got so far in life if it wasn't for the fact I did my homework? Malcolm couldn't think of anything to say. Nothing at all. Well, for about 3 seconds he couldn't. Chapter 4. 3 seconds later. "Uncle Gobb," said Malcolm, "just how far have you got in life?" For some reason, this made Uncle Gobb very, very angry. God, look, he's so angry. His eyebrow has turned into a V shape. God, there's lots of capital letters on this next page, look. So clearly he's shouting. Not sure what my neighbours are going to think about that, as it's about 7:45 in the morning. But, you know, all for the art, isn't it? He stared at Malcolm and said, I think he shouted, "Listen here, you disrespectful little weasel. I am an important person. I have been an important person for many years. You may not know it, but out there and over there and round there and over the arches, I am looked up to people pass me in the street and say, there goes Uncle Gobb. When I say tea, people bring me tea. When I say coat, people bring me my coat. So listen here, you disrespectful little weasel. When I say you need to do more homework, you should do more homework. And if you don't do more homework, you'll be put in the dread shed. The dread shed? Said Malcolm. Yes, the dread shed, said Uncle Gobb. Tess looked up. Oh, come off it, Derek. You do go on, don't you? Why don't you nip out to the shops and get some milk? We're running low. Malcolm looked at Mum. Mum looked at Uncle Gobb. They really were very different. Not just because Mum was a woman and Uncle Gobb was a man. Bit more non-fiction view there. They were different in just about everything, including that face polishing thing. Mum didn't polish her face. She did put some other stuff on her face, but she didn't shine it up with a cloth. Malcolm liked that. And they were different in the way they talked, the words they used. Malcolm thought about that and started to wonder about the word disrespectful. What did it mean? Are weasels disrespectful? Chapter 5. Weasels. Weasels shouldn't be confused with measles, easels, or teasels. Measles is the name of a very unpleasant illness. Easels are things that artists use to put on things when they cover them with paint. Teasels are a kind of thistle. Weasels aren't measles, weasels aren't easels, weasels aren't teasels. Weasels are weaselly little animals who run about being weaselly. On television, on the radio and in newspapers, you might hear someone say the expression weasel words. Charlotte, that's not helpful, is it? I think Charlotte's wondering what's going on, like why I'm sat in the garden at 7:45 in the morning shouting. Weasel words are when you say things to help you wriggle out of admitting you did something wrong, like, didn't punch him, he ran very fast towards my fist. This is one of the strangest things you could ever hear anyone in the whole of your life say, for the simple reason that weasels don't talk. Don't use words. It's not what weasels do. If you're ever with anyone and they say, weasel words, you could point out to them that they don't talk. Don't do it in a sneery, smarty pants sort of way. Just say it gently and nicely as you would as if you were talking to a weasel. Excuse me, you say. But weasels don't use words. Anyway, now you know all about weasels. There we go. Little guest appearance from Charlotte there today. I am going to go and upload this now, which takes forever. And not forever, that is sarcastic. And a gross exaggeration. It takes actually about half an hour. And then I will get Dawn to email out the link to you all. And see you tomorrow for chapters 7, 8 and 9 maybe?